in the transaction.
We are an independent service and repair shop for, in particular, European cars, high-end cars like Mercedes, Porsche, and some Italian exotic sports cars. We also have two other departments where we repair, tune, service, all makes and models. Some of these cars are having a top speed between 250 and 300 kilometers per hour. The domestic cars are rated in imperial. You need to know pounds, gallons, inches, and thous, where the European cars or foreign cars, they are metric. You need to know liters, kilograms, centimeters, millimeters. And it's very important that if you work in a car and you need to convert from imperial to metric, and somebody says, well, that is supposed to be an inch, you need to know that's 25.4 millimeters. The dynamometer we are having here is made by Superflow. They measure the torque or the strength with a so-called strength gauge. We have two drums, one for the front axle and one on the rear axle. And these drums, they are driven by the car. They have a so-called strength gauge, and they just pick up centrifugal changes and weights, which are translated in the strength gauge. That's the one number we need to know. We need to know how many Newton meters torque are pulling. The other one, the other size we need to know is the length and the speed from the drum. And that's calculated by the given measurements. So the computer system knows now we have the torque measured by that strength gauge, and it knows in its own software the speed from that drum because the measurements are given. And then it is just a matter of adding torque times speed divided through 9,550, and we get kilowatt times the conversion to shows as horsepower in DIN norm or SAE. I was always interested in mechanics, so I started an apprenticeship in Europe to become an automotive technician. After that, I went in college and studied automotive car electrics and electronics, and especially at that time in the 80s, I realized that computers are going to be very important in the future in a more modern car. And as you know, today we have the cars we have are controlled by computer systems. Late model cars have up to 50 or 35 standalone computer systems which are running the car pretty much. It's very interesting. You need to understand computers, you need to understand software, and then on the other hand, you also need to understand how an engine works, what makes turn the wheels, and then marry these two and get them run as one unit. It can be very challenging, very interesting, and quite unique, if you know what I mean. Well, that is my passion. I truly believe in automotive technique one specific way. I believe that you should treat cars and car technique with respect, and it has to be a certain way. And I didn't find companies so easily which had that system in place. So I thought, I'm going to do it by myself.